Terrence Howard's recent interview has exploded across social media after he spoke about what he describes as dark realities inside Hollywood. Shortly after the episode aired, online discussions began claiming he referenced powerful figures allegedly connected to the growing legal controversy surrounding Diddy Combs. Around the same time, new civil lawsuits were filed that mentioned several major celebrities as witnesses or associates. It's important to state clearly, being named in a lawsuit does not equal guilt, and all individuals are presumed innocent unless proven otherwise in court. Still, if the allegations against Diddy lead to criminal convictions, some legal analysts believe it could become one of the largest entertainment scandals in modern history.
If you're going to speak against me, use the same courage that it took for me to say those truths. Man to man, eye to eye, integrity and in truth. I've spent a lifetime earning the right to speak with the conviction about these truths that I speak. So if you want to tear that down, have the decency to come and say it directly to my face. And say it like a man.
Oscar-nominated actor Terrence Howard has previously explained why he stepped away from certain Hollywood opportunities. In multiple interviews, he has suggested that the entertainment industry sometimes operates on unspoken pressures and compromises. On the Patrick Bet-David podcast, Howard stated that he turned down major career roles because he refused to sacrifice what he calls his principles. He framed his decisions as choosing integrity over fame, implying that some doors in Hollywood allegedly come with conditions he wasn't willing to accept.
Did you ever have the opportunity where you got invited and you said no to it?
Hell yeah.
What was the consequences when you said no?
Puffy invited me for weeks asking me to come and teach him how to, wanted me to be his acting coach for a while. Go there and he's sitting around just looking. I'm like, okay, what's the material you want to work on? He's just looking at it. Then next thing you know, okay, hey, will you help me? I want to hear your music. So I come over there and I play the music. And he's sitting there, just looking at it. I was waiting. Okay. So then my assistant was like, he wants to hang out with you next week. And I was like, for what? He was like, I think he's trying to fuck you. That's what my assistant said. And I was like, oh, okay. Now I get it. So now no more communication. Now you know to be hands-off with somebody. A number of producers come in to make the approach, and you threaten to punch them in the mouth, or threaten to knock their head off for talking to you or looking at you like you're a woman. When you approach a real man about his masculinity, you're going to get a real reaction back. It's a difference when a guy walks in a room and when a man walks into a room. And a man don't take the same things that a guy will accept. So always be the man in the room. And that's always been my whole thing. And I've lost businesses because I don't bend over in that way. I don't compromise. I don't play gay roles. I don't kiss a man. I don't do that shit. Because the man card means everything.
Howard went further, arguing that people who trade personal boundaries for advancement may struggle internally later. He questioned whether success means anything if someone feels they compromise themselves to get it. During the discussion, he referenced broader concerns about mental health in the music and film industries. These comments reflected his personal opinions and experiences, not verified claims about specific individuals.
So you see some guys struggling with that. You see Bieber struggling with that. You see some of these guys struggling with that.
They can't get it out of their head. They can't get it out of their head. The things that they did, no matter how they did it, whether they were drunk or high or whatever, you gave up your man card. You need therapy. And that's the thing that hurts them the most. And so they end up on drugs, end up every way to try and get rid of any principles there are. And that's what the business does. And the women that trade their bodies to go and get the role, they get to the point where they have their Oscar, they have their money, but they don't have their dream. They don't have the soul that they started with. So it's like achieving don't mean anything. If I get all the Nobel Prizes from doing all of this, but in the process I have to trade out all of my integrity to do it so that they can stay in place, what benefit is that if I lose my integrity? You got to go in as a principal. And what we were brought in here as men. We produce 1,500 sperm per heartbeat for a reason, because the aggression is necessary. You don't trade that in, no matter what.
Before the interview aired, Howard posted messages suggesting he was ready to challenge what he called long-standing lies in Hollywood. He spoke about exposing uncomfortable truths and starting what he described as a cultural shift. After the interview gained traction, Howard later claimed he faced backlash and pressure over his comments. In a follow-up video, He addressed critics and maintained that he was simply sharing his perspective.
Listen, before y'all talk about me, y'all need to talk to me. You see, once upon a time, if a man questioned another man's honor, he didn't do it from the shadows. He had to do it out in the open, with his name, his chest out, and his chin high. Not hiding behind a keyboard or tucked behind editing clips of fair use disclaimers. You see, citing Section 107 of the Copyright Act does not give you free rein to defame, misrepresent, or harm another's reputation. Fair use is not a shield for character assassination. So here's the simple truth. If you take my words, my image, my ideas, and twist them to feed your fear and inflate your ego, if you profit off of my name while calling me a liar, then be prepared to stand behind your accusations.
Zooming out, Hollywood has already faced major scandals involving abuse of power. Convictions in past cases involving figures like Harvey Weinstein and Jeffrey Epstein changed public perception of the industry. Now, with Diddy facing serious allegations and federal scrutiny, debates about systemic misconduct have resurfaced. However, investigations remain ongoing, and no final judgments have been made in court.
You got to take drugs. You're going through so much shit to try and deal with life. You are literally, it's an unhealthy space. And so eventually you're going to go too far, you know? Who knows what happened to Philip? Who knows what he had to do in order to get to where he was at? There's a lot of things that people do that end up sitting and they can't get over it. And they got to keep getting high, hoping to get it out of their head, you know? But when you lose your man card, that's the only thing I can think of. You lose your damn man card.
What do you mean by that?
You give up your ability, your right to being a man. A man don't take it, a man gives it. So when you give up that man card, you don't get that back.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
Now, I'm saying what I'm saying. You don't get that back. You come into this world as a man one time. You give up that right for anything, for fear of being hurt, fear of somebody doing something, for wanting to gain something. When you give up that man card right, you lose some spiritual energy that has always been pushing through. Like if a woman gives up her womanly right of being a mother and taking care of her family and do all those things. When you give up those things, but when you give up your manhood, I've never seen somebody recover from it. That was all the people that went to the puffy party. That was all the people that did all those things thinking that there was never going to be a consequence for what they were doing. Got punked out and pimped out by some greater desire. You shouldn't have a greater desire than being a man. So I believe that's a big problem with a lot of the actors out there because they get fluid. And next thing you know, once you go fluid, it's gone. You don't have any foundation to pull yourself back from. So maintain your man.
50 Cent has publicly commented for years about what he believes goes on behind the scenes in the music business. He has repeatedly distanced himself from certain events and gatherings, implying he wanted no involvement in anything controversial. While some interpret his comments as insider knowledge, they remain personal opinions rather than proven evidence.
You and Puff haven't liked each other business-wise for a long time.
Well, that's why. It's only business. It was really... Away from that, I explained why I didn't hang out with him, right? Because it's fluffy stuff going on.
It's not your scene.
It's not my stuff.
Not your scene.
They hug you from the front and the back at the same time. I got uncomfortable with him because the way he was asking to try and get me to hang out with him was like, "Yo, I take you shopping," like, and I'm like, "What you mean?" Like that's something you say to a woman you're attracted to, maybe.
Right.
It's just weird, bro. Like, and now you start to see a lot of the weird stuff that was there. It looks like it all lines up, don't it? It was not in the closet. It was in front of you, and you wasn't seeing it because you see the beards, or you see the girls. So you didn't look at them the way it actually is to a degree. And when I say people respond, how people respond to things matter. Like the internet will take to it and just go off with it. Meek responds being the uncomfortability. He goes, "Yo, nah, I spent $100,000 to find out why my name is in this like this," and it's in it only because he's uncomfortable.
Old photos and footage of celebrities attending Diddy-hosted events have resurfaced online. Social media users have speculated about what may or may not have happened at those gatherings. Legal experts caution that attending a party does not prove knowledge of or participation in alleged wrongdoing.
You got close when he offered to take you shopping.
Yeah, you see, now Mika's in the same shirt. He's out there in the same shirt. This is not Photoshop. This is Stop it, man. You set that up. Look, obviously was not offended by what I was offended by. Guys may say to a girl, you know, like, let me take a shot. See?
Damn.
They found it that quick.
What do you think is happening in the middle?
I don't know what is going on.
Wow,
Because it was like, he was like, yo, you hot now we gotta hang out now. Like, you know, like hang out.
Yeah.
He said, I don't know, man, I'll take you shopping and I get you some flash and you can give me the hood shit. And I was looking and I was like, let me just move away from him because I'm gonna mess up the way. Certain things they let it go by because it's Puff. He wasn't like in the closet, he was like in the hallway.
All these years, you've been the only one calling this out.
No, I look like I've been the crazy guy for a long
They
time.
said you're a hater. They said
You're
you're
a
crazy.
hater. You do this, yeah. And now everybody's complaining. My ass is hurting.
Recent civil filings have drawn headlines because they list recognizable public figures. Legal analysts stress that being mentioned as a witness or associate in a lawsuit does not automatically mean criminal involvement. At this stage, allegations remain claims presented in court documents.
Look, when Jay signed his contract, the big one was with Beyonce. When he signed that contract, the marriage contract, he got trophies. Now those fucking trophies, trophies came rolling in, buddy. He started getting Grammys left and right, man. I mean, look, listen, if you look at his career,
You're gonna let him say that? Jay was getting Grammys.
He had one.
Exactly.
He had one.
And he didn't show up.
No, he has like 20 now.
Hold on.
He had like 18 since he's been down. Look, he had one, bro. Hard Knock Life.
Hold on. You're not wrong.
He was one.
At the same time.
After that, he got some shit. He's like drinking. His pictures with him like fucking things to cup.
Wait a minute. So you're saying the success is derived from the marriage?
Absolutely, he's been treated differently.
The accolades.
Because
are from
he's
the
no
marriage.
longer viewed as what, like a street or gangster rapper. Now he's viewed as a businessman, entrepreneur, family man.
And the biggest ones because of the position Beyonce's.
Oh, wow.
His career, you can look at that and say the association to Beyonce is when he started to receive the 17 Grammys since he's been with Beyonce, right? And you go prior to that, one. You see what I'm saying? So that came to an association, like you see, the kids even have Grammys. Like they don't sing yet. They don't sing. Right. They don't rap yet, and they already have Grammys and shit. So it's like they give them this trophy so we secure that they're coming to the award show. It meant that much to the culture that they just gave them the things that...
Looking back at past award shows, industry galas, and private events, many major artists were photographed alongside Diddy over the years. Some commentators now question how much people knew, while others argue guilt by association is unfair. No court has concluded that attending events equates to participation in illegal activity.
You better believe it. Shot at Def Jam, we the best. You know what it is. Shorty 10, baby. It's the takeover. I'm going.
Happy New Year to the whole planet. God is the greatest. Real talk. And you know, I mean, if there's anything that somebody can say better than that, I'm all ears. But with that being said, continuous blessings to the whole entire universe.
Big shout out to my man Drake is in the house. Fabulous is in the house. There's no brotherly love. My biggest brother of them all, the boss, Ricky Ross, is in the house. Ricky Ross report to the grass. DJ Khaled, he's the best. He's in the house. Tiana Taylor is in the house. My brother Chris Brown, I'm gonna stick with him from thick and thin. Chris Brown is in the house. You know what I'm saying? The something ain't right, so I know Chris Brown is in the house. Big shout out to my son Quincy, my son Christian, my son Justin.
Diddy and Ross, which they good buddies, okay? They're gay.
Who?
Both. Diddy and Ross. And Khaled. They're all gay.
DJ Khaled, Rick Ross, and P. Diddy?
Yeah.
They're all gay?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Right.
Khaled is a Hamas supporter. Okay?
Who supporter?
Hamas.
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 Yeah.
Sorry, I said it wrong.
No worries.
Hamas supporter, okay? I had sex with Cassie and Sean. Basically, he would masturbate and tell me what to do with Cassie. I had like 15 encounters, and I heard a lot.
Hidden in plain sight.
It's hidden.
I think I see what you're saying.
Okay, how do I know this?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. How do you know this?
Do you know Sean Combs?
And I'm sure that's probably not public information yet, but who's the person that's number one on that invitation list?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
And I can get on that list,
yes,
right?
Without a doubt, you are invited.
That is so generous of you. Cheers to that.
See you at the
One recent civil complaint includes detailed allegations from a named plaintiff claiming misconduct dating back years. According to the filing, the individual alleges coercion and abuse within an organized setting. These are allegations outlined in a lawsuit and have not yet been proven in a court of law.
Sean Diddy Combs is facing new accusations of human trafficking as he awaits his federal trial. In a civil case filed in Florida April 1st, Joseph Manzaro alleges, according to court documents obtained by E! News, that he was drugged, transported against his will, and sexually maimed as a victim of a coercive and organized criminal enterprise facilitated by Combs and others back in 2015, and named celebs such as Beyonce, Jay-Z, and LeBron James as witnesses in the lawsuit. In his filing, Manzaro says the alleged events took place in April 2015. He states that he lost consciousness after feeling a, quote, greasy substance resembling Vaseline as he opened the front door to his home, after which he says he was transported to another residence, where an associate of Combs allegedly told him that the music mogul wanted him brought to a freak-off event. Manzaro alleges in the suit he was secretly transferred to the music producer's home through a concealed tunnel allegedly connected to Gloria Estefan and Emilio Estefan's Miami property. He alleges that upon regaining partial consciousness, he found himself inside a large party area upon information and belief that it was a birthday party for Combs' then 17-year-old son Christian Combs. There, he was allegedly forced to appear in a penis mask. The lawsuit states, Jay-Z and Beyonce Knowles Carter were seated in the room, and upon seeing Manzaro, Beyonce Knowles Carter asked, "What's this? What's this all about? Why is this half-naked white man with a penis mask standing here in front of me?" Manzaro alleges in the lawsuit that he was then forcibly paraded through multiple rooms filled with people who were jeering and taunting him.
High-profile individuals, including Jacob Arabo, Jay-Z, Gloria Estefan, LeBron James, and Beyonce Knowles Carter, are identified as witnesses due to their presence or knowledge of the events surrounding the freak-off orchestrated by defendant Diddy. Wow. And freak-off, of course, is something that we've heard many times before, both in Combs' criminal case and other civil cases, to describe these prolonged sexual episodes, usually with sex workers. But Manzaro is suing Sean Combs. He is suing a man named Eric Mejias. He is suing Brendan Paul, who's been described in another lawsuit as Sean Combs' drug mule, Emilio Estefan, who is married to pop superstar Gloria Estefan, and Adria English, who filed her own lawsuit against Sean Combs, claiming she too was a victim of sex trafficking. By the way, it's interesting he's not suing these other celebrities that I mentioned, like Jay-Z and Beyonce and Gloria Estefan, possibly because he doesn't believe their alleged liability amounted to a civil claim, but seems to want to call them as witnesses at a trial, although I have to imagine they will do everything in their power to quash any subpoena should this case progress.
As speculation spreads, some celebrities have publicly denied involvement. During a recent comedy appearance, Will Smith joked about staying far from the controversy. Public denials highlight how widespread the discussion has become. But again, jokes and statements do not determine legal outcomes.
The world we're in right now, it's really hard for y'all to discern what's real and what's true, you know? And I've been seeing y'all memes and stuff. People be making memes. I see the memes. I see them now. Some of that stuff is funny. Some of it's funny. But I haven't addressed any of this publicly, but I just want to say this very clearly. I don't have to do with Puffy, so y'all can stop all them memes. Nowhere near no damn freak off. Listen, I do enough of my own. Don't be putting me in other people's. I ain't been nowhere near that, man. I ain't did none of that stupid. So, whenever y'all hear it, if somebody say that, it's a damn lie. don't even like baby oil. But I haven't said that publicly. I just said y'all the first time. I usually don't respond to dumb stuff because it's like people. It's so many things people say, so much stuff, but. You know, that one, your memes was doing too much. Y'all was having me mad.
Supporters of Howard and 50 Cent argue that speaking publicly suggests they believe they have nothing to hide. Critics counter that serious allegations should be handled strictly through the judicial process rather than media commentary. The divide reflects broader tensions about accountability and due process.
And you don't throw out allegations, but like, you kind of poke fun at them.
You just ask questions.
You're not worried that it comes back your way? Like people dig up your past and try to pull stuff up?
I don't got this in my past.
Everybody got a little bit.
Look,
like, not that it's real enough.
I took a pill, but it was for me to perform better. For her to remember, buddy. I didn't fucking give her a drink so she forget what the fuck happened. What the fuck is going on here, bro? Yes, I took the drug. I gave me the fucking drug to perform. So she could remember and possibly love me for that.
Did it work?
What the fuck? This is, yo, bro, look, I'm doing pretty good. Like, doing pretty good. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm just saying, this is the opposite of normal shit that we're talking about, bro.
That is why. I don't know why it's so hard for people
so
to just
for people to
acknowledge
feel
weird
like
shit is
you
weird.
would have something or you would have reserved energy because you feel like you was doing it too, this is people that are looking on separation between their hardships or their the things that they got going on that would be issues and what a celebrity's issues would be.
Wait, what is that?
They think all celebrities are doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Right, and when you see, if I wasn't saying anything, guess what? You could safely say that a person on the outskirts that is not involved in hip-hop culture could think that everybody in hip-hop culture is with that shit.
Did he do it, right?
Yeah.
I know
He did it.
You've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it. And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually.
Oh, you've been saying this for a long time now. And then no one was, they're just, why is he saying this? And now it's coming out like crazy. I mean,
But I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parties.
Yeah.
So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't hear saying anything is because they participated.
Was there a reason you never went to those parties back in the day? Obviously, I know what was going on there, but is there a reason you never did?
I'm just not with all that freaky shit. Like all of the stuff that he's doing, I'm not into that type of stuff. I'm just a little more, maybe you could say basic or normal.
Netflix docuseries that you've been working on, Diddy Do It.
Right.
You've been saying for years that you feel you knew Diddy's character.
Right.
Yet you said you weren't a part of that lifestyle, you weren't going to the parties. So what makes you so absolutely sure that these kinds of allegations that we've seen against him are true?
Well, I'm surprised by the allegations, as surprised as everyone else is. Like, I didn't make the allegations, I didn't tell people to say these things. It comes out, I see it in the news like everyone else, but I did feel uncomfortable with the way he would present the idea of going to these projects.
To come party with me.
Yeah. And then that swayed me away from it, just that alone.
So you didn't realize
As much stuff has come, like when I seen today, it was allegations of 3 men that said he drugged them. And it's a long time, to be honest with you. Like when people don't remember being violated for 20 years, it makes me feel a little hard.
What are your thoughts on the allegations against Jay-Z?
That was interesting. When I was saying things not knowing exactly what I was saying. I was going with like, where's Jay at? He's mad quiet. Like while the Puffy thing was going on. But it's obvious now that his team was being made aware that he was in those allegations also. So
a documentary project examining the controversy has reportedly been announced. Producers describe it as a deep dive into decades of industry culture, legal battles, and testimony. According to public statements, the aim is to present verified information and multiple perspectives rather than speculation.
It's kind of interesting. I think that civil suit turned into a look. They looked at it like maybe it's a criminal situation.
Right.
A little early, and it could have been the same lobbyists and the same people that use their connections to make that happen with Puff.
Is that kind of why you was going hard on him the last couple years? Is it because of the liquor situation? Because to be honest, since the situation he's in now, it's kind of like
So you fell back. You fell back on him. Was this all over the liquor, or you just said?
Well, most of that was motivation. That was competing,
right?
For, with brands, and they was ahead of me,
right?
Because they had been working on Ciroc and stuff like that, and then integrating it into our culture with Coco Loso and different things with different people, connected to it. So, yeah, that's what that was. But when you look at, he would do a lot of foul shit, like behind the scenes. He would do some foul shit, like.
Meanwhile, Diddy's legal team recently requested adjustments to the trial timeline, arguing they need additional preparation time. A judge denied a delay request, meaning proceedings are expected to move forward. His attorneys continue to maintain his innocence and state they are prepared to fight the charges.
Today, the music mogul appeared in court asking for a 2-month delay, but it was denied by the judge. Combs also asking to exclude a March 2016 video obtained by CNN, which apparently shows Combs physically assaulting his then-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura. His attorneys allege the tape was manipulated, which CNN denies. Let's bring in ABC News chief investigative reporter Aaron Katersky, along with legal contributor and trial attorney Brian Buckmeyer. Aaron, let's start with you. It looks like court is going to start next month, that trial, despite that request of a pushback from Diddy and his defense team. What more do we know about what happens next?
Well, it's going to start with jury selection May 5th. The judge denied a request from Sean Combs' legal team for a 2-month adjournment to try and resolve some evidentiary disputes. The judge said there was no reason that he saw that there needed to be that kind of delay. Still plenty of time to prepare.
Reports indicate additional witnesses may testify, expanding the scope of the case. Prosecutors appear to be building a broader narrative, while defense attorneys prepare counterarguments. The courtroom, not social media, will ultimately decide what is fact and what is not.
About either, by the way, victim 4 or victim 5?
Yeah.
Talk to me about that.
Absolutely. I know on Tuesday when we had spoke, we were talking a lot about victim 4, who we know to be a former employee of Sean Diddy Combs. And a lot of the issues surrounding victim 4 in this particular part was about her emails. I can confirm that this victim is a woman. But as far as her emails go, the defense wanted the full scope of the emails that the government did not have access to. And so the defense, to their point, they just wanted the full extent of it so it can show a clear picture, because previously they were arguing that this alleged victim was just cherry-picking messages and emails between herself and Diddy and sending it over to the government. The defense on their part, they wanted the full scope of the emails. But as far as the judge and his ruling, he said that requesting the full extent of the emails, which by the way are like 100,000 emails, it's a lot of emails, especially if we're having trial next month. But the request he had said, he being the judge, was a fishing expedition. But he said, and kind of left the door open with this, that if the defense wanted to make a renewed motion pointing to specific emails, specific key terms, then they could go about filing the appropriate paperwork, see how they could go about.
With lawsuits piling up, investigations ongoing, and public debate intensifying, some of the biggest names in entertainment are now under intense scrutiny. Whether the allegations lead to convictions or dismissals, the outcome could reshape the industry. As this story develops, all eyes remain on the courts. The truth will be determined through evidence, testimony, and due process, not headlines. Stay tuned for updates, share your thoughts respectfully, and follow for continued coverage as the case unfolds.